Today, we're going to talk about what a marketing coach is. And I hope you're ready to feel encouraged because this thought of a coach and about how our entire lives we go to school and we have a teacher. We have someone who is there to answer your questions. We have someone who's there to guide you and train you. And then maybe you played sports and you had a favorite coach, a coach that their mission was to look at you and see your potential and help bring out what they know is inside of you. And then we go into the workforce and we have a manager. We have a manager to help fine tune you, to help guide you to performing better, to be a better leader. And then entrepreneurship happens and we're like, let's wing it. That makes no sense. I had that epiphany. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Our entire lives have, a parent or a mentor or a cousin or whatever, our grandparent. And in school, we have a teacher. In sports, we have a teacher. In the workforce, we have a teacher and a coach. And then we start our own business and we're like, I'm just gonna watch a few motivational videos and just wing this thing. We have no one to bounce ideas off of. And maybe you're thinking, well, I do bounce ideas off of other people, but maybe the other business owners you're collaborating with are in the exact same business as you, and they see your business a certain way. Or maybe you're like me, and when I was first getting started, I would just talk to my spouse 24/7. He owned a business, so he would be the person that I bounced ideas off of. And I kept thinking, and maybe you've thought this about yourself too. Maybe you've thought, I'm pretty smart and I'm a hard worker and I've been coached and educated my whole life. Do I really need to pay to have someone to help me now? Like, I'm smart. Why should I have to pay to actually have a coach? Because in school and in sports and in the workforce, you're not really paying to have a coach. It's just like the process. Like, it just comes with the thing that you're doing. It's natural. And then entrepreneurship, it's like, wait, I don't have a free person to guide me. So because it's not free, it's not valuable. So I shouldn't do it. I just had this epiphany, and it took me investing in a coach to realize this. And I invested in a coach once, and then I invested at a really next level tier. And it's just changed my entire perspective on a coach. So I want to talk to you today about what a marketing coach is so that you can decide, do you need a marketing coach? Maybe you don't. Maybe you need a different type of coach. But what I would encourage you to do is to find someone to coach you. So what does coach even mean? To coach means an instructor or trainer. And when I dug into the definition, one of the alternates is to prompt or urge someone with instructions. And that's exactly what happened to me when I invested in a coach. They were seeing the long term. They were seeing the game being won, and I'm only seeing that we're at a timeout right now. What's my next play? Like, what's my immediate next move? Am I like, I used to play basketball, so I would be like, am I setting a pick? Am I doing a pick and roll? Where's the pass going to? I could only see, like, what is the very next thing I do? And a coach looks back and says, no, 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 here's the whole strategy coming together. Here's how we're going to win the game. You're focusing on this one shot, but it is so much more than this one thing that you're facing right now. And so the idea of having a coach, especially if you are a coach, like if you are a financial coach, or if you are a life coach or a fitness coach or a mindset coach, whatever it is, if you're a coach and you don't have a coach, do you really believe in the power of coaching? My question to you is, how are you going to be able to sell with utter confidence that someone needs a coach if you don't actually have a coach? You're like, listen, you should have a coach. Now, me, I'm so good, I don't need a coach, but you definitely need a coach. Like, how is that conversation going to go? Because I will tell you right now, selling the belief that a coach is valuable, I can sell the heck out of that right now. Do you know why? Because I believe in it to my core. It has changed my life and business. So when I see someone and I'm like, hey, you have this business, you maybe struggling to get the leads and sales that you want. Oh my gosh, just one tweak, just one tweak. You don't see you like I see you. I know that you can do this. And here's the exact plan you should make. I just want to shake them and be like, listen, it's just a coach. It's just a guidance. It's someone else who sees you differently, that can see the path for you more clearly because you're in the weeds. So If you are a coach and you don't have a coach, you might struggle in selling your offer because in the back of your mind, you're like, well, I believe that they should have one, but am I walking the walk or am I just talking the talk? So let's get back to what it means to have a marketing coach. So for me, if we're working together, you're going to have someone in your corner who cheers for you, who says, you can do this. And when you start to question, is the result worth the pain I'm going in? You get me in your corner saying, it absolutely is. I've been there, and your result that you want is freaking achievable. Now, if you tell me, hey, I am just getting started in the health industry and I'm going to sell a $347,000 coaching program and I've had no clients, I would say that as a coach, I would say, now let's talk about achievable goals, realistic goals. I'm not just going to be like, hey, no matter what you do, like, I'm just going to tell you can do it. Absolutely not. Someone just messaged me. She's a fitness coach in the current round of the Marketing Matters program. And she said, hey, I have 5 days to launch something. Can I just launch a campaign really quickly? And she's like, give me your honest opinion. And I said, 5 days when you're just getting started to learn it, to implement it, and to have the algorithm have time to learn before your 5-day deadline is likely not feasible. What is feasible is you understanding the strategy and mapping it out and just getting something rolling. So it's on me to say this result is achievable or not, or this process is achievable or not. And I will be honest with you, because if you don't win, I don't win. So I am so incentivized to have your beautiful face on my website that says, I implemented this and it worked, and I'm serving my customers and my business is growing. I can't believe I didn't know what I didn't know. Marketing has changed my life. That's what I want for you so that you can serve the people you were created to serve. And so I can use your story to speak to someone who may be in the exact same place that you are with their business. So I can say, look, Susie, Catherine did it just like you. She had the same hesitations. Here's the story. So I am incentivized, to be honest with you, and set realistic expectations as your marketing coach on what's achievable and when. And I can help guide you on setting the right goals. So you'll have someone who cheers for you. You'll have someone who encourages you. And I am telling you, just having someone in your corner that's like, you can do this. That's, in my opinion, worth everything. My coaches told me, they said, this event that you're going to have, the success and the sales are going to be lights out. Lights out. There's no other way to explain it. You're going to provide value. The audience is going to see that, and they're going to be sold on the belief that getting in front of people in their business is one of the most important things in their business. And they're going to move forward with you because they're going to trust you. They're going to see the value and they're going to do it, and they're going to get the results. And it's exactly what happened. Having someone else see the vision for you, I honestly can't put a price tag on it. I tell my mom sometimes, I'm like, she's like, I believe in you, babe. And my husband, he said, oh my gosh, he said this thing to me the other day, y'all. He said, God, it got, I got emotional when he looked at me and told me this, but he looked at me and he said, your success does not surprise me. And having someone in your corner that says your success does not surprise you, what a gift. And if you don't have someone that says that to you, I would love to be that person for you. I'd love to look at your business, look at your opportunities, look at your marketing, and say, your success does not surprise me, right? That is priceless, in my opinion. So you're going to have someone who cheers for you, encourages you, and challenges you. I am going to prompt you and urge you and to instruct you to do things that are going to be things you've never done before. Just yesterday on the Marketing Matters VIP call, someone was speaking website coding to me. And 2 weeks ago, she didn't know anything about anything. And now she's optimizing her website, setting up tracking, asking me the right questions, launching campaigns, talking about the keyword setup. And I was like, can we pause? 2 weeks ago, you didn't know any of this. Look at you. And she's like, I'm frustrated because I'm trying to get this. I'm like, you are frustrated because you are doing something different. You know what's frustrating? When you're not being challenged, just being comfortable and your results are just not what you want them to be. And you're just sitting there like, hope something changes. She is doing something to make a change happen. I was so proud of her. I'm like, can we just pause and look at what you've done and where you are from 2 weeks ago and the things that you even know how to talk to me about marketing. And she was like, wow, this is true. It's crazy. So a coach challenges you to do things that put you in an uncomfortable position. Just like yesterday, I was at Orange Theory and I was picking up my dumbbells and the coach came up to me. He was like, I think you could do a little bit more than that, right? I was like, oh, probably. So I picked up the 25s instead of the 20s. And that one little fine tune can help challenge me even more, make me even more uncomfortable. And that is how you change. If I was picking up those 2-pound dumbbells, guess what's not changing? My bicep strength. Guess what is changing when I'm trying to do a 20 on these little puppies? Little puppies. Not a lot's happening. When those 20s, a lot is happening, right? I'm being challenged. I'm being uncomfortable. And in the moment, I might feel like quitting because I'm like, oh, I think I'm just going to relieve myself and just put this dumbbell down. But when you change and when you have someone calling you and encouraging you and guiding you to change, that is when those muscles start to get ripped. No matter what that muscle is, maybe it's your website coding muscle, maybe it's your marketing muscle, but having someone challenge you to think new thoughts and do new things, that's what comes from the marketing coach. And the other thing is teaches you. So my actual program, the Marketing Matters program, it's 8 weeks, over 20 hours of instruction. Now, if you do the math, it's actually only 30 minutes a day for 8 weeks, and then you're done with the program. So there's a lot of content. So it's not just like, oh, I'm going to invest this money and there's nothing there. There's stuff there. But as a mom, I have 2 kids right now as I record this under the age of, they're 3 and younger. And so what I wanted to create was something that I would have benefited from. And that's, what exactly do I need to know about marketing? And what exactly do I need to do and click on to step by step implement this? That's what the Marketing Matters training is. It is, let's understand Google search ads. Let's understand the things that matter. And then let's go step by step on how to create and launch a search campaign. And then once you have the campaign, then what do you do? What metrics do you look at? How do you improve it? That is what the Marketing Matters program is. So part of what you get when we work together is just marketing training. Step by step, what do we need to do to launch a Google search ad, launch a YouTube ad, optimize your website, grow your email list. All of those things are covered. And so part of what a coach does is actually instruct you and teach you. My basketball coach originally in middle school, or I guess it was elementary school, had to teach me. I'm holding the basketball with my hands right now. I know some of you can't see it, but I'm holding the basketball. She taught me how to keep my elbow in versus putting my elbow out, because the one little tweak with an elbow really changes the trajectory of the basketball. And so part of a marketing coach is actually teaching. Let's look at learning these terms, learning how to set up a campaign, etc. And like I mentioned earlier, maybe you've had someone to bounce ideas off of. Maybe they're in your industry. Maybe it's the same person over and over again. There is some power in having someone that has no, chips in, as far as like, they're not personally tied to your business. They're like coming out here saying, let's look at this thing and let's see what opportunities that we see with a fresh set of eyes. And someone that really cares. Like when I look at your business, I care a lot. I'm like, I want nothing more than for you to absolutely win so that you can't stop going on reels talking about the Marketing Matters program with Ashley Brock. Like you just want to knock on every door and be like, every business owner you come into contact with, you're like, this changed my life. This changed my life. And ultimately I'll get to send you referral fees forever. Like I am so incentivized to help you and your business win in this program. And so having someone new, I'm almost like your on the go pocket CMO. Like I probably need to like coin that phrase, because it's like having a chief marketing officer saying, oh, hello, Ashley, this is my business. This is my struggle. What should I do? How should I think about this? And then for the VIPs, it's one of the VIP perks is you literally get 8 weeks of walkie-talkie access to me. So that as you're setting something up, as you're thinking about strategy, I'm there. Every single message is responded to within 1 business day, so that you are getting daily fine tunes and daily strategy from someone who has done marketing every day, all day for 10 years, who is a professional marketer, right? I gave this example the other day. I said, would you want to hire the interior designer who dabbles in interior design or learn how to be an interior designer from a $12 course? Or would you want to hire the interior designer whose life and mission for a decade has been interior design? And that is all they do. That is their focus. That is what they are experts at. And they didn't just pay $12 to learn it on a course. which also there's nothing wrong with learning on a course. I literally have created a course. What I'm telling you is there's a difference between learning something from a source versus learning and implementing for a really, really long time. So that's what you get with the Marketing Matters program, is a chief marketing officer in your back pocket saying, this is what you should do, Christy. So that is one of the things that I love about the Marketing Matters program, especially for the VIP option, is just getting that one-on-one support and guidance. Let's see, something else I wanted to talk about is like some of you may be listening right now and you're trying to decide if you want to work with a marketing coach or me, and you're trying to decide, like, do I need this right now? Maybe you're outsourcing. Maybe you already have someone kind of running your ads for you. But the example that I like to give when you decide, like, why would I need to wear this hat? Why would I need to learn this? Why don't I just do the other areas of my business and not focus on the marketing? When you know marketing, you're putting something in your brain that for the rest of your life can help you grow your business. And not just this business, anything you create. In fact, you might actually learn things here and be like, oh my God, I didn't know what I didn't know about Google ads, YouTube ads, Meta ads, TikTok ads, email marketing. And you may say, I have a new idea now that I know how marketing works. Putting marketing skills in your brain is truly putting a cash making machine in here that can pay you back forever when you learn how it all works. There's a difference between running ads and being a marketer. And what I encourage business owners that I work with to think about is that the best business owner doesn't win. The best real estate agent doesn't win. The best fitness coach doesn't win. The best marketer wins. You may be investing so much money to get the best products, to have the best van for your service, to have the best signage for your business, to learn and become the expert in your field. And you're doing all of this and investing in every single thing except for the ways that get you in front of customers so that you can grow your business. In my opinion, sales skills, which is what I've invested in, and marketing skills combined are two sets of skills that become a superpower to take you anywhere you want to go. Anywhere you want to go with any business, not just your current business. So when I think about what is the best investment that you can make, is it in a coach? Is it in knowledge? Is it in branding? In my opinion, your best investment that you can make is in your brain. The best investment I can make is in my brain, because it's the investment that is guaranteed to pay back over and over and over again. And so maybe you already have campaigns set up. Maybe you're already outsourcing. I like to think of it as like going to the car repair shop. When I get my oil change and someone walks back in and they're like, well, ma'am, there are 7 things wrong with this vehicle, I start to panic and sweat because I don't know what an alternator or a time lapse belt, or it's probably not even a time belt. Y'all, I don't know anything about cars. I can barely tell the difference between a flathead and the other one. Flathead, Phillips head. I knew it. Like, I don't hardly know the difference between those things. And so when someone comes to me and talks to me about car things, I don't have the skills to come back and say, no, actually, this is supposed to last 8 years. Can you tell me why it's only lasting 3? Like, I don't have those skills yet. And so I immediately call my father-in-law and I'm like, hey, can we talk car things for a second? It's kind of like that when you outsource someone for marketing, like an agency. When you know how to ask the right questions, when you know what to expect, when you know how it's supposed to work, you can actually move your business forward more quickly because you know how to speak the lingo. You're not like, hey, I trust you. One of my favorite phrases is, one time I was listening for a client, I was listening to an agency pitch them. And I think this was just a new person. They were just getting started. So I don't think their intentions were ill, but they were reading the reports and they were like, hey, your impressions are up. That's so exciting. And I was like, your impressions are up. That's exciting. What? Your impressions are up because you're spending more. When you spend more, you get in front of new people. But how do we know those are the right people? Like, it was one of those things where I was like, oh no. And like the business owner was like, okay, good. Impressions are up. I'm like, no. What's good is when your sales are up, when your conversion rate is up, when your click-through rate is up, when your cost per click is down. Like, I know these things and they're just hearing it like up. Up is good, right? I love a good going up chart. No, you want to be able to say, well, of course impressions are up because impressions are up 20% more because we spent about 20% more. The question is, how are the ads performing? Not how are the ads serving, because them serving is directly correlated to the spend. You to have that, to know that, to be able to ask that question will help your campaigns be able to perform better because you're going to know what to ask and what not to ask. In the same way that I need to walk into the car room one day and be able to ask the right questions because I understand it. This skill is something that takes you and saves you, and it can save you money and make you money for the rest of your life. So that's just something I like to think about, is just how empowering it is to actually outsource your marketing later, once you know how to set it up, how to optimize it, and how to think about it on your own. The other thing that I help small business owners do as a marketing coach is decide where to start. A lot of times people are like, I don't even know where to start because I don't know what to do. Fantastic. I'm so glad we met, because I will help you prioritize where you should start for your business. And I'll guide you on the thinking of why. I won't just say, here's what you should do. I will say, here's what I would consider, and here's why. You know your business better than I do, but does this path and thought process make sense to you? So that you can say, wow, I've never thought of it like that. Yes, that's exactly where I want to start. So whether you are running no ads and you want to know what is the most important things you should prioritize in your business to get started, or you have ads running, maybe you're making 7 figures a year, and maybe you're saying, hey, I am outsourcing, but I'm not sure if I'm doing a good job managing the people that are outsourcing. I'm not sure that I know how to have those conversations. And maybe you're considering taking the marketing in-house, or maybe you're considering scaling your marketing and you're not sure when you would need to make that decision and what data to look at to tell the story. That is also what I would help you with. We would chat on Voxer. We would chat on the weekly calls and share your screen. And I would point you and guide you through what metrics to look at and help you think about the story that the data is telling. Because if you have all this data coming into your business and you have no clue what to do with it, then it doesn't do you any good. What does you good is knowing what to look for and how to signal, oh, this is a change I need to make and why. That is what your on the go pocket CMO. I need a coin that or something. That is what you get with the Marketing Matters program, especially in that VIP option with me, is that one-on-one support for those 8 weeks. And you get me messaging you daily. And you also get access multiple times each week to just come on and talk about your problems, your challenges, your strategy, while also learning from the other business owners in the program on what's working for them and what their questions are. We had an example earlier this week where someone was struggling to find a section on their website where you add the code to set up their tracking. And multiple of the women were like, I don't know, I'm struggling with this too. And then someone came on and was like, oh, I figured it out. We screen shared and everybody solved their issue all at once. It's a marketing team. You're not just getting support from me, you're getting guidance from the other women too. Just this morning, 2 of the women have a scheduling software called Acuity where they book their appointments. And one of them figured out how to set up the tracking. So I connected them and said, y'all talk, learn from each other, help each other. You're getting to learn on your own. You're getting to learn from me, and you're getting to learn alongside the other business owners in the program, which is really cool. So no matter if you're starting from zero or looking to scale, you will get the support and guidance and resources that you need to be able to do that when you work with a marketing coach and when we work together. The other thing I want you to think about when it comes to marketing coach is you might be thinking, will you help me think through the content or the ads that I'm supposed to create? And absolutely, I will. I actually use my own reels as content organically, but also for my ads. So I will help you think through what content you should create too, because the marketing coaching program, the Marketing Matters program that I offer, is actually not just ads. People are like, ads are great, but actually the very first week has nothing to do with ads. It's all about SEO and optimizing your website to make sure that the website that we're sending people to is in good shape and that Google understands what your website is about. So in week 1, you are implementing the most important things that you need to do that you just probably don't know that you don't know on your website. And you will get that part knocked out on week 1, and it's all about organic. That alone, I had one student, she lived in Australia, and she had an $8,000 sale for her coaching program just from what she learned in week 1. Like, she hadn't even launched an ad. So although it is a lot about ads, we also talk about growing your email list, optimizing your website, analyzing performance, letting data tell the story. So it's so much more than just ad. That's why when someone says, is this the ads course? Yes, but it's also a marketing course, because there's a difference between knowing how to set up an ad and knowing how marketing works together, and how to let the data tell a story, how to make sure that you're growing your list and putting all the pieces together, because that's what sets you up for success. Someone asked me, they were like, I just want the Google search portion of the program. And I gave them this example. I was like, if I walked up to the Georgia Aquarium and said, listen, y'all, I have been here. I've been to the aquarium. Okay. It is cool. I've been here so many times, and I've seen the sharks. I've seen the whales, but I just want the penguins. Could you give me a discounted ticket to the aquarium so I can just see the penguins? They would look at me and be like, excuse me? If you want to see the penguins, then that's worth the price of admission to you, right? Yes. Okay. Well, then you need this, and here's your ticket, or you can just go somewhere else. Like, that's what they would literally turn me away and say no, because they know that they're not going to just say, here's a discount for this one little thing. And she was like, and the woman who was asking about just having the Google Ads course, she was like, but it's like a business owner thing, like business owner to business owner. And I was like, would I go to the Georgia Aquarium person sitting there selling the ticket and say, listen, from one fish lover to another, like, we love fish, don't we? Because I love fish and you love fish, can I just get a ticket that's like a discount just to see the penguins? No. What's best for you, and the reason I don't sell the program a la carte, is because what's best for you is for you to know how all of the marketing comes together. Now, if you are really focused because you're like, I just want to know TikTok ads, or I just want to know YouTube ads, or I just want to know Google search ads, that alone, that one skill alone, will be worth your investment for you to have that one skill that can transform your business month after month and year after year after year. So someone asked recently from the market, as they were considering the program and what a marketing coach does, she was like, how am I going to learn the material? It is in a course, and it comes with a workbook. I normally have my workbook at my desk, but it's 8 weeks. And so you're going to flip through each week in your workbook and in the training, and you're going to learn at your own pace. You can binge it all. If you want to launch a Google search campaign tomorrow, you can watch week 2. It'll take you about 3.5 hours, maybe 4, to watch the content. It may take you another 2 or 3 hours to set up the tracking and set up the campaign. But if you were like, today is Google search ad day, you would have the skills in one day to set it up. Someone mentioned recently, she said, I think we're just going to try and figure this out on my own. And the analogy that I give is you probably could figure it out on your own, but you may wonder, like, did I do this the right way? I know I watched some things, but did I really do this the right way? With the Marketing Matters program, an expert has guided you on your setup. And whether you do the standard option or the VIP option, you get to come to the weekly calls, and you can share your screen, and we will look at your campaign together so that a professional Google Ads wizard has blessed those campaigns and says, yes, I've looked, and you can feel confident clicking go on that campaign and spending your money because an expert has looked at it. So you can set something up very quickly, because like I said, I'm a mom, I'm busy. 3.5 hours teaches you how Google Ads works and how to set up a basic campaign and how to optimize it afterward. Now, yesterday I was looking at a campaign someone set up, and we found some areas of opportunity. We were like, oops, we need to pause that keyword, and here's why. Oops, you need to add this as a negative keyword. Here's why. But she would never have known that if she hadn't just gotten it, set it up on her own, and clicked go. I always give the example, you don't learn by learning, you learn by doing. Me showing you how to set up a campaign is not going to be as effective for you as it is me showing you and then you clicking the buttons and doing it yourself. It's like my son trying to watch mommy ride the bike. I give this example all the time. He has to get on there and feel what balance feels like for him to be able to be like, oh, he has to fall down and get back up in order to be able to balance and ride that bike. And you do too. It's the same with setting up your own campaigns. But you implementing and learning will allow you to freaking pedal on that bike like a speedster very soon as you get to implementing and practicing. And then the last thing I want to mention as you consider marketing coaching, and specifically the Marketing Matters program and what it looks like to have a marketing coach, is I want to ask you this question. I asked the VIPs in the program this yesterday. I said, why do you post on Instagram? Okay. And they answered something like, well, I want to educate. I want to increase my exposure. I want to be top of mind consistently. I want to provide value. Like, look at this list. What great people. They literally just want to have their business serve the people they were created to serve. No one's saying anything harmful. They're just saying these are all the great things I want to do. And that's why I post on Instagram. And so I asked them, all these reasons. And then I said, did you know that every single reason that you just listed for posting a reel on Instagram is the exact reason that you should run an ad? And I don't have to sell them on a marketing coach because they've invested in it. They're in. But it was one of those things where posting on Instagram, I will probably do it multiple times a week for the rest of my life. It's so valuable to serve your audience, but it's not guaranteed. All of these things, the educating, the exposure, being top of mind, and providing value, it's not guaranteed when you post organically that you'll get in front of the people that you want to. You may frequently, and as your audience grows, it'll get more and more, but it's not guaranteed. Whereas a paid ad, it's guaranteed. You put money and you can target the exact specific people in your audience. Like, you don't have to wish, you don't have to hope, you don't have to post and pray. You get to guarantee that you're going to reach them. Now, do I guarantee results? Absolutely not, because I don't know if you're trying to sell a $500,000 fitness coaching program when you have no testimonials and you've never done it before. But if you're getting sales, or if you're just starting out and you know that it's a reasonable product that people need, then learning how to guarantee that you'll get in front of the right people is worth it to you, right? Guaranteed versus paid ad, or guaranteed versus risk. And so you learning how to get in front of the right people with the right message is what I would love the opportunity to help you do. So if you're sitting here and you're thinking, yep, okay, probably need a marketing coach, I would love to work together. And the best way for us to chat about it, or for you to just go ahead and rock and roll, if you're ready and you're saying, I'm in, I want to learn, I know I want to grow my business, go to ashleybrock.com/marketing matters. And you can grab your standard or your VIP enrollment. And the difference between the two is that both of them, you get the 8-week course. Both of them, you get the Marketing Matters workbook. Both of them, you get an hour each week to come and ask your questions. And we go around the room and everybody raises their hand and you get to ask your question. If you know you are the person who desires, craves, and loves the extra one-on-one support, then you need to enroll as a VIP. Because as a VIP, you get the daily Voxer voice memo access to me to ask any question, and I will respond to you within 1 business day, and you get that for 8 weeks. You also get, as a VIP, 2 extra hours each week to come on and ask your questions. So as a VIP, you actually get 3 total hours. You get the standard call with everyone, and you get the 2 extra hours for VIP, so that you make sure every single week you get 3 touch points to come and ask your questions. And the last thing that you get as a VIP is you get my eyes on your website for a custom website audit. I take the time, I look at your website, I write down my ideas and strategies, because one of the things I did at the previous agency I worked at was I helped with CRO, which is conversion rate optimization. It's testing and learning for your ads or for your website what little changes you could make that could make a difference in your performance. So I will audit your website, and then I will do a Zoom recording of me going through your website, giving you I'll summarize in about a 15-minute video everything that I've written down and show you on your website what you should do to improve your website's crawlability and its performance from the SEO perspective. but also from the user experience perspective, so that when you launch your ads, you are in a really good place because an expert has given you some guidance. Now, it's on you to implement those changes, but I will provide that guidance. So if you know you want that extra one-on-one support, you want the VIP option. If you are one of those people that you're like, no, you just give me the information and I'll run with it, you are going to love the standard option. So if you have any questions, I want you to reach out to me on Instagram. I will send you a voice memo. Forevermore, it will be me. I'm going to be the one to talk you through if this is the right decision for you. So I am excited to get to know you and your business. And if you're ready, as soon as I see that email roll in, I will reach out to you and I will welcome you, and we're going to get started on growing your business. So I hope that no matter if we get to work together or if you just see another coach that you know is just the right fit for you. I know I am not the right fit for everyone. You're not the right fit for everyone. There's only one you, and people need you. And there's only one me, and there's a certain, set of people that are going to say, hey, I want that encouragement. I want that experience so that you can get in front of the right people who need you and your business. And I would love to be that person for you. I'm cheering for you. If you have any questions, message me on Instagram. And otherwise, go to ashleybrock.com/marketing matters. And I can't wait to see you inside the program.